Good morning. Yeah, it's been about a little over 30 days since the last time I fired it up. And today I'm going to fire it up, connect the battery, take the top off, go for a drive, run the fluids. I mean, it's fun, but it's kind of a pain in the ass because I got too many cars. I don't understand how some of these people that have 10, 20 cars, I mean, they must just be constantly freaking having to run them, or they just, they go bad, especially with this, with the, type of fuel injection and a fuel distributor. You got to keep all that stuff going. So I've just got to take the two covers off, fire it up, get the hoist on there, pick up the top, and I have to go get whipped cream for my wife, and I have to go to Lowe's, and it's supposed to be real windy today. Got the Lincoln parked out there. That thing is a massive beast. I don't know why I bought it. I think it's just a freaking boat. Look at that thing. I wonder if it would fit in this garage. I should test it. Anyways, okay, got the cover off. Battery's connected. Let's see if it'll fire up. It should. With two twists of the key. Oh, that's good. Still have power. Pump it up. Close that door. Key out. Pump it up one more time. Up. Not too bad. Should see my son's 300E. You put the key in and it starts in a split second. It just blows my mind. I've never seen a car start like that. I mean, it's like the starter turns 2 times and the engine's running. Yeah. Back this thing out. Good, I got a mask in here. Might need air in the tires. Let's check the engine. I always do this. I just don't drive the car. Make sure there's no fuel leaks or anything. Okay, getting out of an SL. Oh, great. Probably could use a little bit of coolant, but it's not hot today. Tomorrow will be 90, in the 90s, let's say. hard to tell, but let's see. What is this? Can't tell. Is that PSI? I think that's. You might need a new battery. I think it says PSI. $22. Yeah, it's kind of low. I'll have to get at least 28 maybe. These are pretty nice cold tires too. Alright, time to fire up the compressor. Yeah, if you open up the gas cap, it'll tell you the pressure for the front and rear. Front should be 30. The rear was like 33. These are pretty much just stock type tires. Probably need a new battery in this thing. Ooh. 22.5. Bring it up some. Always do this on cold tires. There we got 30. Yeah, you do this on warm tires, you're getting a false reading. You could overinflate your tires and stuff. As these will warm up, they'll heat up and, you know, you get higher pressure. Anyways, okay, got my straps. A bunch of other junk. A baby blanket. There's the, I forget what they're called, Fitzy, or I don't know, there's really no markings. Nothing. Okay. That is the transmission rear main seal leak. That this is probably a couple years. It's really not. You know, it's just a little bit of droppage. All right. This is always the fun part, but at least I can do it by myself. Get it about like that so I can see it when I'm backing up. No. Okay, I'm in the garage. That exhaust is stinky. It smells like old gas. Let's see. Let's see if it'll pop the top. Okay, I think that's it. It's always fun, and then trying to get out in this horrible position. Just don't hit the compressor, John. I think I'm lined up, but man, Yeah. So I like having this thing kind of right there. Got all 4 corners. Yeah, all 4 corners popped. Yeah, it's pretty centered right about there. Now when I lift it, it's probably gonna it's gonna want to go one way or the other, so I got to put rags here to protect it. Some people say you could take a tennis ball and put it on these pins here. I don't have any. Here I got a couple towels underneath it. Little 4 corners, pretty good. Oh, that looks good. Let's see what happens. It's always scary, isn't it? So now it's up. It's a free bird. Free bird. You imagine you pay $90,000 for one of these in 1991, and I have to do what? Be able to take the roof off. Oh, shit. Come on. So I put this thing back on insurance a couple days ago, and the lady goes, it's 21st century, she goes, do you know how much the car was worth brand new? And I go, well, it's 30 years old. It's a 1991. I don't know, maybe 80,000. And she goes, oh, I can look it up by the VIN. And she looks it up by the VIN. She says, oh, it was 92,000. I go, what? Okay. Oh, I guess they bought it in Southern California, San Diego, the previous owner and original owner. And she goes, today it's valued at 11,000. I go, oh, okay. So that's pretty good. I've already made money on it. Okay, now I'm gonna lift. I think I'm gonna just pull the car out because I don't really care if the hardtop falls and breaks rather than the hardtop falling on the car and breaking parts of the car. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull it out. All right, car's out. The top is up. I have my just in case rope up. Hello, people. It's funny how people just come here and stare. What are you staring at? Probably the association going, oh, he has a weed in his lawn. Let's give him a ticket. So yeah, these are just in case straps. And it keeps it when it gets windy, the top will go back. You know, it will go like this. So it keeps it from doing that. My son hates having this top up here. It's good and secure. I'd probably leave it like this for a year, but I like to, I don't like having too much stress on these threaded points here. I think there's another one here. That's the only thing that'll degrade on these type of things. Anyway, so now let's go test the top. Sometimes after sitting, the tops will develop a, I don't want to work. And usually it's clearing codes. They're very finicky. This is not the most ideal mechanism. Starts right up. Let's see. Top. Tony goes up. Top goes up. Oh God, you need to see the camera. Okay. So it doesn't completely lock down because I'm on a hill and if you're on flat surface, then they work really good, but on hills, you know, the mechanism either needs to be adjusted, but let's see. Sometimes if I pull down, but hold on, I gotta do one of these. Where am I going? Everything works. Windows go up. Okay. That's good. Let's see if the top opens up. That goes up. That goes up. Unlatches. Hard to okay, good. Roll bar. Goes all the way up. We'll bring it about halfway down. Oh, shoot, I'm right next to this again. I make it difficult on myself. Part of owning an SL, I guess. There's another car. I guess what day is it? Sunday? So I have this thing right here, and this thing is a windbreak that goes on this. And I'm going to secure it with two hands, and it helps keep all the wind out of the inside. Plus gives you a little privacy from the people flipping you off in the rearview mirror. It's old. So it's just, this thing flips up, flips down. A lot of the older cars have these type. Attaches right here with the little plastic snap. I forget what you call them. But I think I'm about ready to go. Yeah. Okay. On to the store to get my wife a whipped cream. How exciting. From that store, I can take a nice road. And there's the mountains in Temecula Valley. It's all granite up there. If you wanted to build a quarry and have all this dust and everything 24 hours a day blowing up blowing up that stuff and making countertops or whatever they do with it. And everybody got together, complained, especially the Pachanga Indians. They've said, oh, we have an ancient burial ground there. So this company, I mean, they tried for 5 years to get in here and do that. The Indians shut them down, yay. Alrighty. All right, got my eggs and whipped cream. Here's the SL. Parked in handicap because I have a placard. I was injured a long time ago. So the doctor gave me one. This comes in handy, keeps the door dings to a minimum. Now let's see if we can open this up. Should flash green. Red. That's open. Got lights out. Another thing with these SLs is this infrared system for opening doors, and you can hear that pump running. It's a vacuum pump. It's for the door locks, all the weird little locking things that are in this car. Like I think there's a locking thing for this, locking thing for this. I think there's one for these these door, yeah, these map pocket things. So that pump is always running whenever you start it. I think if it runs more than 20 seconds, then you got something wrong with it. But that one goes, I don't know, under 10 seconds and it's pumped up. Well, this ain't good. I'm just driving home. Temperature's almost to 120. So I just pulled over. See what's going on. I mean, the coolant tank wasn't that low. I'll check it out. Nice. So it's dripping right here. So there's one line here that goes down to the radiator. I suspect there's something with this coolant tank. I've had problems with it. Bought it in 2019. Let it cool off a little bit. Yeah, I see that it's kind of empty. See, I probably have some. Hopefully, it's like fun. Oh, my arm. Oh shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Always carry a little bit of this with you. Always carry a bit of that with you. Just let it cool off. Yeah, I didn't drive far. I mean, maybe 2 miles. It's a good thing I wasn't on the freeway, huh? I mean, I don't see really anything coming from here. I'm thinking maybe that lower radiator. Hopefully. Shoot. Okay. Fun. Yeah, it's about 90. Usually this thing runs at about 85. But this thing was like way up to here, so and I can probably take a right here and go a couple 100 feet, make a left, go through some developments. I don't want to go down in the main traffic where you got to sit at signal lights and stuff like that. That way if something happens. I'm pretty close to home. I do not like walking. Alright. Really weird. That's not overheating at all, okay? Oh shit, I can't make it. Come on, baby. So, that's about normal. And that sucker was almost at 120. I put in about a gallon in that overflow tank. So, we'll see. I'm doing good. A little bit of beans. Shoot. I give up. I did notice a little bit of coolant on top of the windshield wiper tank. That's right next to the coolant tank, so I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Well, I made it home. Luckily I had that gallon. I mean, the tank, it's pretty much filled up, you know. I see one leak just right there. Everything else is just oil. But that's just one drop. I saw it before, it was just dripping. I mean, I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. I looked with a mirror and I can see there was some kind of fluid on this upper hose, right? This kind of small hose. Like, is this one right here. I'll try tightening it up, but it's so weird. You know, radiator, I don't see anything wrong with the radiator. This has always had the right kind of coolant in it. Xerox. This is what happens when you don't drive the cars every day. Weird things happen. Well, at least I'm lucky I wasn't far away from home, and I had that to always carry an extra gallon of water back there, guys. All my cars have an extra gallon in there just to get you home. Anyways, I'm gonna take it easy, let this thing cool off, and inspect it some more. Okay, so trying to look under here and film. Okay, so point the light this way. Okay, so there's the radiator hose, the lower. It looks dry. The line behind it, I can't really. It's just tough to do. My hands at work. See, that looks pretty dry. But there are strips right here. All right. So right there. Right there. So it's definitely coming from this corner. I mean, it could be the radiator. You can see some of the fluid there. Let me see if I can feel anything. I don't feel anything there. So I have to really get in there with a little light, a little flexible mirror, and look at this this metal part here, radiator support, and see if that's wet. That will tell me. There's a little fluid here. There's some right here. This part really got wet. This whole thing here really got wet. Yeah, everything's packed in there pretty good. I can take this, I think this plastic part here, it would really help me. But I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm tired. I got up at 5 this morning. I'll just wipe all this out. See if it comes back when I wake up. Yeah, just clean everything off. See if it continues to leak anything. And I can always run the thing up, warm it up, turn the AC on, go around the block 5-10 times. One thing, when I noticed it overheating on that road when I was driving, then I parked. Both front fans were on high, so yeah, it was definitely low on coolant and not cooling. Anyways, for now, that's all I can really do. I'm a lazy person. My wife says, "Why don't you sell it? You don't drive it." I go, "Yeah, maybe. It is a cool car. It's the only cool car I got." Besides the Lincoln. I don't know how cool that is, but it's definitely unusual. Not everybody has one of those anymore. And it sure is comfortable. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait and see if I see anything more dripping out of here. I'm going to fire it up later, drive it around the block. Temperature's about 80 degrees out now, so yeah. Anyways, until next time. Okay, doing more investigating now. Now this is the windshield wiper tank. And then below it, see if I can get a below it. I don't know how to get the camera to. I can see that it's. Gosh darn, it's hard. But down there. There's some coolant down there. That's metal, but there's some coolant there. So this is above the bottom of the radiator. Okay, so there's this plastic tank. Really hard to do this, but there's this plastic tank right here at the bottom. And if I move the windshield wiper tank, I can move it back and forth. But this tank does not move with it. I'm moving the windshield wiper tank. It's on rubber grommets. And I looked underneath it with the mirror, and it doesn't go all the way down to whatever this thing is here. And this thing seemed it seemed to have coolant all over it. This might be another overflow tank. So you've got your expansion tank, the main one up top. Then there's a line right by the filler cap that disappears somewhere, and it disappears in this direction to where this thing is here. And usually that extra overflow tank there goes the Amazon guy. That extra hidden overflow tank is if you had like instead of having it lose coolant through the first tank with the screw lid on it, the coolant will go through that tube and down to this one here and saves it in there, and then when the engine cools down, it sucks it back in. But I don't understand why this thing would be leaking. Maybe it's not, but it's the only spot where this entire plastic thing here was soaked. It was dripping off those little things I had showed before, and this was covered with coolant, this entire area here. I don't know. Anyways, I keep working on it, that's all. So I haven't got real far, but just thinking about it. I mean, yeah, it could be the radiator, but I don't see anything coming out of the radiator. I just see it at that overflow tank, and why would that be? I'm thinking from the car sitting during the winter and stuff, the thermostat might have got stuck. And driving to the store, wasn't really looking at any of the gauges then. This was just on the way home I noticed it. Driving to the store, stuck thermostat, and it caused the engine to overheat, and whatever coolant was in the engine on the one side of the thermostat in the block, it just started boiling in there, and it went into the expansion tank on top, went all the way up there, and then it went down to the overflow tank down below and filled that up. It's not a big tank, and maybe that thing was cracked, or that thing has a final drain that will put it towards the ground. That's what I was thinking is a stuck thermostat. It's the only thing I can think of right now without tearing everything apart. But like I say, I'll confirm it and drive the car around. It's supposed to be in the 90s tomorrow, so that's good. Well, I just drove it around. Temperature gauge is good. Try maybe the AC, maybe it'll heat it up. A little bit of a recharge. Yeah, whatever, man. That was so weird. I'll go outside and check the engine. Well, what's really weird is I filled up that coolant tank. Now it looks like it's empty. And this windshield wiper tank looks like it's filled up and the water's warm. What the hell? Trying to remember, I know that these have heated windshield wiper sprays, but yeah, it's really weird. It's pretty good. 66. And that water is 155 degrees, are you kidding me? Well, Something's really strange. I'll shut this thing off. Is that the weirdest thing? It shouldn't be that hot. It's just windshield washer water. 141. 138. This is a fun little mystery. It's good. 150. See, it just seems like it's just crazy hot. It's 97. I don't know. I'll have to look into. I don't think that's supposed to be that hot. Maybe that's why that explains when I opened it when I was on the road, when I broke down there, there was, it looked like coolant all around the top here. That's just really weird. Wow. I know that tank was, I mean, the level on it was way down before. Now it's, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but the level is right. Ooh. You can see the level. So strange. I don't know if I'm hallucinating this or not, but now the levels come back up on this. Okay. It's so weird that water is really hot. Can't even put your finger in it. It's green. I know it's like coolant. A really fun problem. How does the coolant tank drain itself into the windshield washer tank? I think these are the heated lines for the windshield wiper and for these baby headlight wipers. I think that's just for the pump. Pump's a little pump right here. I don't know, man. Mercedes, huh? We'll figure it out. It's still at 80. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Whew. Okay, so this guy's having the same problem with a 300 SL. So the heating coil in the washer fluid reservoir failed. thermostat at the bottom of the coil had burst apart, and so heated coolant was flowing freely into the reservoir. So it's so weird. Yeah, I know it's heated. The washer fluid is heated. Wonder if that's how they heat it. Those coils. Maybe they have coolant in them because the coolant gets warm and it heats the water. Yeah. Okay, well, that makes sense. I hope that's it. So that's where all the coolant's disappearing into it's just going into the other tank, and then that tank was overflowing. That's why I saw what I thought was coolant on the top of the screw-on lid, and that was running down and going on the ground. All right, so time to take that thing apart. I'm pretty sure this is the issue right here. You go to Mercedes source. This guy's got a ton of videos on it, but it's the Mercedes window washer fluid tank heater failure, and it has a it's just that part right there that's inside the tank. That's where the coolant flows through there. See if I can go show that. There's seals, rubber seals on two of these pipes in there that the coolant flowing through, and that's what goes bad. There's also a screw right here that holds this thing that can make it leak also if it's loose. So I'm gonna try taking it apart, and I bet you it's just those seals. Apparently you can't buy those seals, so luckily there's a place in town and that's all they do is sell O-rings. Every O-ring you could ever imagine. Just bring your thing there and they measure it with calipers and they just sell you O-rings. That's great. Yeah, see, it's that right there. But you can look up Mercedes source, and he's got a lot of videos for older Mercedes. Are pretty helpful. Cool. So this will be part one. I guess maybe I'll do a part two on taking the whole tank out and cleaning it all out. And I got to take it out. I guess it's a pain in the butt. Might have to take a wheel off and a fender's splash shield around it. So we'll see.